difference. There is time for masks, and there is a time for Bruce Wayne.
Jonathan Crane isn't here anymore. It's just the Scarecrow.
What's going on, guys? So it's finally here. I am actually making the Gotham trailer breakdown. And yeah, let's just go ahead and jump into it. And we saw it. You just saw the freaking trailer for yourself. And at the start of it, we see, you know, Alfred's talking over like some, you know, B-roll of, you know, there's a time for masks and there's a time for Bruce Wayne. First thing I want to point out is in that second shot of the old creepy house, you automatically see a Scarecrow right there, just hinting at what this season's going to be about. It's going to be all about the motherfucking Scarecrow. And we're getting that right off the start from this trailer. Then it cuts to this shot of Bruce going down an alley. It looks like two thugs are robbing a couple. And then, of course, he does his Batman thing and kicks their ass. And I'm sure we're going to see a lot of that this season. And remember, if you saw my other video about the Gotham panel, we know eventually he is going to get a grappling hook, some body armor, and a different kind of mask. But he will not be called Batman. But do expect to see a lot of him jumping people from behind and saving couples and shit. This next scene is kind of interesting because it's this guy working in an office. It looks like he's working in some kind of jewelry shop or some kind of like bank vault, because you can see all these little cases of where people would have like, you know, very valuable things locked away. And it seems like he's doing some work, and then this like shadowy figure appears in the doorway with the lights flickering on and off. And I'm wondering if that is Bruce, like if there's any reason that Bruce would be trying to intimidate somebody like this. That would be a very Batman thing to do. And this person is wearing a hood, and it seems like what Bruce would be wearing. So I'm really interested to see why Bruce would be coming in to, like, intimidate this person. Maybe this guy is, like, a money launderer or something. So that's going to be kind of cool if we're going to actually see Bruce starting to do that to people to, like, try to get information, because that's a very Batman thing to do. Cut to another dark alleyway, and now this time it's Selina walking down this alleyway, and there's some thugs in this alleyway, and she's walking very like she's scared, but we all know that Selina can take care of herself. Now, I don't know if she's playing scared, because that's a very Catwoman kind of thing to do, like, oh my god, look at me, I'm innocent, and then, watch out, you're dead! But we see these four guys about to jump her. It looks like they're gonna stab her, and then she just kicks all of their asses. Now, one thing I want to point out is I want to know if this gang is one of the gangs in Gotham, because if you don't know, like in Batman's comic books, there are so many gangs in Gotham, and one of these is, I was wondering if it was the, I believe they were called the Ghost Dragon Gang. This is what the Ghost Dragon Gang look like in the comics, and it looks similar to the people that are actually in this shot. I mean, it looks like they're a little bit more modern, but they do have red bandanas. One of these guys looks like Negan, like straight up with a scarf and a leather jacket and everything, and he has like a pipe instead of a bat. But yeah, I was wondering if Gotham, it would be really cool to see Gotham take some of those gangs from the comic books that you never see anymore, or that you rarely hear of, and bring them into this, and just have them as like little Easter egg kind of gangs in here. But the thing I did love about this scene was Selina just being like real coy and not really showing her like badassery. Because remember, this is, I don't know how many months it's going to be from, you know, the end of season 3 to the start of season 4. But she's going to be training with Tabitha, so Tabitha's probably showed her how to kill like 50 people in like one room or some shit like that, you know, because she was an assassin, so she's probably taught Selina a few things by now. Don't forget, Barbara was the first one to tell Selina like how to use your looks to kind of to your advantage, you know, because your looks could be killer, or your body language could be killer. She said that in the first season, and you know, kind of Selina kind of blew her off. But Tabitha could have probably like enhanced that, like, look, you can use your body language as like a defense. People will catch you off guard, stuff like that. So it's gonna be really, I like this, because, and it's also, if you look at the patterns, Bruce is walking very confident down that alley to stop those people, whereas Selina's looking, she's doing more of a like, I don't want you to know I'm kind of strong kind of thing, and I like that. We're seeing the parallels of Batman and Catwoman. Like, she uses her body language, and Batman just like, he's like pure intimidation. Like, what's up, bitch? I'm gonna knock you out. So, you know, and I kind of like that because it's very their personalities. Going over to the next scene, we see that Ivy is still being very sexy Ivy, and she's doing like, watcha! And she's showing the Iceberg Lounge and Riddler frozen in the block of ice. One, how the hell? I mean, is the Iceberg Lounge just going to be really, really cold? Because how is he not melting? What kind of stuff does Mr. Freeze use in his freeze gun? Like, what's going on there? And I know that usually, you know, if you go back to those old school Batman movies, you have to be dipped in something to get out of that iceberg. So I wonder if it's going to be the same case here, or do you just got to, you know, turn up the heat? Two things to point out about this particular scene is, one, Penguin's got a new do, and two, the Iceberg Lounge is literally the Siren Club with different colors. I mean, the window is exactly the same. You look at it here, and look at it. This was the Siren Club. It's the same damn club, so I'm kind of hoping that maybe since Tabitha, Barbara, they didn't have any connection together anymore at the end of season 3, hopefully she just abandoned it, and, you know, Oswald came in and bought it because he liked the spot and he was there a few times during season 3 anyway. But if for some reason Gotham is gonna, like, somehow have the Siren Club and, you know, Iceberg Lounge? No, you can't do it. They look exactly the same. They are just way too similar. I'm hoping that Oswald just, you know, end up buying that or taking it back from Tabitha since, you know, he kind of took over the city again and Barbara's no longer the queen of Gotham. Jumping to the next scene, we see Gordon at the top of the GCPD building, you know, above Bullock's office, and there's this shadowy figure there. Could this be Bruce Wayne? Because remember that first video I did about season 4, we saw Bruce Wayne on top of the GCPD thing with the windows. You know, I did a whole dissection of this one photo. This might be the time when Bruce is actually going to talk to Gordon. Maybe he's going to talk about the whole vigilante stuff, or maybe he wants to talk to Gordon to get some information. I don't really know, but Gordon looks like he's chilling here. Looks like there's some food on the table and maybe a bottle of something that he's drinking because, well, he has a cup in his hand on the next scene. So, yeah, maybe he's kind of just chilling and drinking some stuff. I don't know. Then we cut to a crazy guy drawing on the floor, and I am going to say that this is Scarecrow. You know, I want to say that it's been 2 seasons since we saw him last. I'm pretty sure that's a good amount of time for him to actually get over his fear or get this new personality. And I think that's how they're going to spin it. We're not going to have to see what he went through. He's just going to be able to say, like, you know, he spent so much time, you know, consumed by fear, and then he finally overcame it. Like, we don't need to see all his backstory. All we got to do is just know that he overcame it, and he is what he is now. And I think that maybe he got transferred to Arkham, and this is him. Like, he is in Arkham, and, you know, he's been one of their patients for a while, but I think he's drawing on the floor like Scarecrow stuff. If you look on this on his walls, he has some sketches, and I think maybe he is just consumed by the Scarecrow, because remember, in season 4, you see that, like, Scarecrow crawling on his bed or something like that. So I think he just draws it everywhere he goes. Next up, we get to see Babs and Tabs, and I'm going to say, Babs is looking good. One thing I want to ask is, where the hell are they? Are they in the Siren Club? Are they in the freaking Iceberg Lounge? Because I kind of have that vibe with this. And that's not the only scene that's here. There's going to be other scenes that I'll point out in a little bit that look like they're in the exact same spot, and I want to know why the hell everybody's in this one place. Jump from the Babs and Tabs confrontation, where we know they're probably going to fight, to this guy in the freaking, you know, it looks like Arkham Asylum, where he's all like, blah, 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 and he's going all crazy and shit. So I want to say that this guy totally got dosed with some fear toxin. Remember, I showed those creepy Bioshock people in other videos. I think they could be working with Scarecrow. Like I said with that scene where Babs and Tabs are pointing guns at each other, we have more people pointing guns at each other, and it's Alfred and our bad boy main guy dude who really needs to have an arc in Gotham. Victor Zsasz starts pointing guns at each other, and it looks like it's in the exact same place as where Barbara and Tabitha were at. And this could be the Iceberg Lounge. They could all just be meeting at the Iceberg Lounge and being like, yo, we got some business to take down here. Let's go ahead and do this. This next scene is probably the most intriguing out of the trailer because some people have ideas of who this person is and then they don't. I am going to say right off the bat, I think this is Edward Nygma right here. But we see in the scene that Jim is being pushed up against a wall and somebody who looks creepy AF is just like, like laughing in his face. And yes, he does look very Joker with the black around his eyes and the red around his mouth. Could this be some kind of, a lot of people are like, it's a Jerome guy, blah, blah, blah. It could be, yes, but I feel that looks like freaking Nigma. And the reason why I think this is, remember, he's gonna be frozen, and when he gets out of that, he's not gonna be looking so fresh and so clean, you know? He's gonna have like frostbite or something on his face. Like he's not gonna be perfect, you know what I'm saying? So he's more than likely gonna have some kind of frostbite. This could be that. Like his skin's just gonna be all pale and bleeding, like his nose and his mouth, because he hasn't done anything for months. He's been in a block of ice, so this could easily be Nigma. If you look at his clothes, it looks like on his right shoulder or left shoulder, whatever, he's wearing like half of a green coat. When he got frozen, he was wearing a green coat, a white shirt, and then he's wearing a green tie, and then we can't really see the suspenders because he was wearing a shirt. But I think this is Nigma. If you think this is somebody else, let me know in the comment section down below. But I think this is going to be Nigma the moment he gets out of like the ice block. I don't know why Gordon's there. Maybe he finds out about the club and he's like, you can't do that to Nigma. We got to get him out. I don't really know what's going on here. Or the only other thing that I can think of is that this is actually Gordon after he got doused in fear toxin, and maybe he has a thing of scary clowns or something like that, and this person is a clown scaring Gordon. This next scene is some cops rolling up on Bruce in what looks to be like some kind of house or something like that, and Bruce looks hella scared, and this could be him actually getting caught when he's doing his whole vigilante thing. Maybe the cops put out some kind of thing on like, oh, we need to catch this vigilante, blah, 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 blah. Or maybe that, Bruce is just in the wrong place at the wrong time and he gets caught. And I kind of like that he is going to get caught here, because we're going to either see him try to escape or he's actually going to get busted. And that's going to be one of the troubles of him learning to be this vigilante. Like, he's gonna have fuck-ups, and this is gonna be cool. So I'm kind of hoping he gets busted or he tries to get out of this. It's gonna be really interesting to see what happens. And then lastly, we have this scene right here of the Scarecrow in his full-blown costume. And it's very kind of like shades of the Arkham games and some of the older like Scarecrow stuff. It's kind of, I want to say it's more like the Arkham games mixed with the Scarecrow from Batman Begins. That's kind of how I see it, but I like it. I like the rags and the, he has the actual thing on his wrist and he's like be able to spray the toxin like that. So I think this is going to be pretty awesome. And we've seen photos from earlier where people had gas tanks and stuff. Those could easily be his henchmen. And I think this is going to be really awesome, and I cannot wait to see what is going to happen with Scarecrow this season. But those are all my thoughts for this trailer, guys. Let me know what you thought about this Gotham trailer in the comment sections down below. Don't forget, if you ever want to support this channel, you can check out the Patreon like these awesome people did, or you can do the OG thing and give this video a thumbs up and share it with all of your Gotham buddies. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for all things nerdy and geeky on this channel. As always, I'm your host, JUICEbox. Remember, when you wake up in the morning, ask yourself something. Have I had my daily dose of juice? See you guys next time. Bye!